Hey, welcome back to our discussion of the geology of the Caribbean. This will be part 9. We are still in the Lesser Antilles, and we will talk about the islands of St. Lucia and Martinique. The island of St. Lucia is one of my favorite spots in the Caribbean. Please refer to the sketch map that I have provided here for you. Uh, St. Lucia is more mountainous than most of the Caribbean islands. The highest point is Mount Jimmy with an elevation of 3,117 feet above sea level. Two other mountains occur in St. Lucia, and they're the landmarks of this country, uh, the Gros Piton and the Petit Piton. The Gros Piton has an elevation of 2,526 feet above sea level, and the Petit Piton an elevation of 2,437 feet above sea level. Uh, as I said before, they are the island's major landmarks. Uh, the pitons are remnants of lava domes composed of dacite. They were formed somewhere between 300,000 and 200,000 years ago. Now, the island of St. Lucia has a north-south running backbone ridge, the so-called barre d'île, with mountains that increase in size along the spine towards the south. Sulphur Springs is an active volcanic area that we will talk about in a few minutes, and it's also a landmark of the island. Rocks in St. Lucia are mainly of volcanic origin and of Miocene to Pliocene age. Three periods of island building have been described during this time frame. The youngest volcanic event around Mount Jimmy connected portions of St. Lucia into a single island landmass. The Soufriere volcanic complex occupies the southwestern portion of the island, just south of the city of Soufriere. The area contains dacite lava domes, andesitic cones, ash flows, pumice deposits, and basaltic rocks. Mount Jimmy, the Gros Piton, and the Petit Piton are parts of this volcanic complex. And guess what? St. Lucia also claims an actual driving volcano, La Soufriere volcano or Sulphur Springs, which is located south of Mount Jimmy. Hot water pools and gases at temperatures as high as 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and the downstream waters at temperatures of about 110 degrees Fahrenheit are found in this area. Sulfur gas in the form of hydrogen sulfide or H2S emanates from this area. And listen, the smell is not very good. The Sulphur Springs area lies within the Qualibu caldera and the Qualibu Depression, a zone of structural collapse. Listen, spectacular landscapes are seen throughout the island. Here I am standing with the Petit Piton in the background. Again, this is a dacite volcanic peak, one of the landmarks of the island. Do refer to the sketch diagram so that you can see the location. And here I am standing in the area of Sulphur Springs. You can see the water vapor and the H2S gas that is emanating from this area. Again, refer to the sketch map so that you can see the location. Spectacular landscapes occur throughout the island. Here you can see the topography near the city of Soufriere. Just absolutely beautiful. North of St. Lucia is the island of Martinique. Please refer to the sketch map that I have provided for you. The total area of Martinique is 420 square miles. It is the third largest island in the Lesser Antilles after Trinidad and Guadeloupe. The island is 43 miles long and 19 miles wide. The highest point in Martinique is the infamous volcano Mount Pelée at 4,583 feet above sea level. The northern, central, and western areas of the island are mountainous. The south has gentler topography, but it still houses some pretty impressive uh, geographic landscapes. As a point of interest, I will tell you that Martinique is the home of a very dangerous poisonous snake, the fer de lance. In fact, the unofficial flag of Martinique is the drapeau à quatre serpents. You can see it on the sketch diagram. It's basically a blue and white flag with four snakes. Uh, Also, Martinique has a new flag that is shown here on the sketch diagram. Well, Martinique is a volcanic island. Volcanic action in the southern and central portions of the island date to the Miocene epoch. And the volcanic action in the northern portion of the island is Pleistocene to recent. Mount Pelée, the infamous volcano of Martinique, formed around 400,000 years before present. The volcano erupted in 1792, in 1851, and twice in 1902. The May eruption of 1902 destroyed the city of Saint-Pierre and killed 29,000 people in a matter of about 2 minutes. Wow. Dr. John Dorak, in his text, The Last Volcano, uh, narrates the account of the 1902 May eruption of Mount Pelée uh, from a witness. The witness was Captain Edward Freeman, the commander of the steamship Rotterdam that was anchored in the bay when the eruption started. Captain Freeman witnessed the black cloud of the nuée ardente, or the fire cloud, emerge from the volcano. Within 2 minutes, the nuée ardente had engulfed the city of Saint-Pierre. By that time, it was more than a mile wide and over 1,000 feet high. This cloud of incandescent gas and ash approached the Rotterdam at hurricane speed. Captain Freeman watched his crew die in agony, as well as hundreds of people running desperately along the shoreline, their bodies literally on fire. The heavy iron chain that held the steamship to a buoy snapped, and the vessel was set adrift. Uh, Suffering from terrible burns and in great pain, Captain Freeman managed to steer the Rotterdam until it caught a current that allowed the ship to drift south towards St. Lucia. When Charles Dennehy, the British colonial surgeon of St. Lucia, asked Captain Freeman where he had come from, the reply was, "From the gates of hell." Can you blame him? I would like to point out to you that this eruption that took place in May of 1902 took place on Ascension Day, uh, and only two people in Saint Pierre itself survived this eruption. One of these guys was a prisoner at a local dungeon, Louis Auguste Sipari. So I guess in his case, crime paid. And the other person was Leon Compère Leandre, who lived at the edge of the city. Both were badly burned. Well, and here is a view of the volcano, Mount Pelée, and the city of Saint Pierre. Uh, when I was here, what really struck me was how close this city is to the volcano. Uh, Listen, in 1902, the people in Saint Pierre did not have a chance. Well, from a petrography point of view, I will tell you that Martinique has four kinds of andesites. It has an orthopyroxene andesite, a hornblende andesite, a quartz hornblende andesite, a quartz biotite andesite, as well as olivine basalt and a tridymite-rich dacite. Uh, Summarized below on this little table is the description of these various igneous rocks. The oldest rocks are andesitic lavas from the late Oligocene to early Miocene. These are mixed with those of basaltic composition. Keep in mind that Martinique has a basal complex of Oligocene rocks in the southern portion of the island. Miocene volcanics are found in the southeastern region and the middle to eastern portions of the island. And Pleistocene volcanic strata are located in the northern half of Martinique. Well, this concludes this part 9. So we will continue now with part 10, still in the islands of the Lesser Antilles.